Hey everyone, Patrick Nyland here, and today I'm talking about a controversy that first caught my attention on TikTok, but I think it spread to other platforms. I've seen a couple articles on it, and I thought I'd just give my general thoughts on it. And that controversy is the Millie Bobby Brown Ghostwriter controversy. To be honest, making this video, I hate using the word controversy because I don't think she did anything controversial, but some people did, which is why this is a controversy in the first place and why I'm making this video. So if you don't know, Millie Bobby Brown is an actress primarily famous for her role on Stranger Things. For the record, I've never watched Stranger Things, so I'm not just defending her because I liked her acting on the show. But anyway, recently Millie Bobby Brown has published a book called 19 Steps. And that has drawn a lot of controversy because to write that book, Millie Bobby Brown has used a ghostwriter. For those of you who don't know, ghostwriters are basically writers for hire. Basically, you hire a ghostwriter, they write something for you, and then you can publish it as your own work. In exchange for this service, ghostwriters get paid well, but they don't get any credit for what they wrote, at least typically. Ghostwriters also don't just write books, they can also write things like blog posts. I've personally ghostwritten a blog post or two. I would do more, but I just didn't really get that many opportunities because I don't really have that much work to show. But if it wasn't for the fact that I really can't find that much work in ghostwriting, I would totally do it more often. It's a pretty good gig. Anyway, getting back to the controversy, I think what started this whole thing is Millie Bobby Brown has been pretty open to the fact that she used a ghostwriter. Her ghostwriter's name was Kathleen McGirl, and the fact that we know this already shows that she didn't make this ghostwriter sign a non-disclosure agreement, which typically happens when you use a ghostwriter for a book. And I think what's really sparking this controversy is I feel like a lot of people are uncomfortable with the idea of a ghostwriter. I know there was a heated debate when that Prince published his book about him using a ghostwriter. Personally, I don't know anything about that because I don't really care about the Prince or any of that stuff. Like, I wasn't going to read it anyway. And to be fair, I'm not going to read this book that Millie Bobby Brown published either. But the thing is, I just don't feel like she deserves all the hate that she's getting for this. To be frank, most books published under celebrity names are written by a ghostwriter. The only difference is those ghostwriters sign non-disclosure agreements, so you never hear about it. And for those of you saying that you would never read anything written by a ghostwriter, that's not true. And the reason I say that is ghostwriters are not just used by celebrities, they're used by writers too. Say I run a sports blog and I have a very reputable journalist, but he doesn't have time to write all the articles I need him to write. I can just hire a ghostwriter and publish all those articles under his name. In fact, most of the more recent books published by James Peterson are actually written by ghostwriters. At this point, the name is more of a brand than an author. So some people on the internet just recently discovered ghostwriters and I think they're upset because they feel deceived, and that's understandable. Because in a way, it is a little deceiving. But reading the comments about this story, it seems like most people are angry that the author, Kathleen McGirl, didn't put her name in the cover. Which to me is kind of ridiculous. When you sign a contract to be a ghostwriter, you agree to the terms before you write. So these were always the terms that Kathleen wanted. And in this particular case, her name is actually accredited in one of the pages of the book. So when it comes to this story, I'm kind of asking myself, why does anybody really care? Millie Bobby Brown did nothing wrong. Kathleen McGirl did nothing wrong. So why is everyone so upset about this? Reading other comments, it seems that some people don't like the fact that this is a fictional story rather than an autobiography, and they feel like it'd be okay to use a ghostwriter for an autobiography. Which I feel is kind of backwards. I feel like the whole point of writing an autobiography is that you're writing the autobiography. Like, my personal take on this story is the internet is trying to make something out of nothing, to be honest. It would be a different scenario if Kathleen McGirl came out and complained about not being featured on the cover, but that's not what happened at all. In fact, in her own personal blog, she's talked about how positive the experience of working with Millie Bobby Brown was. Which again, reiterates my point that no one was negatively affected by this story. In fact, you can't even say it was false advertisement because Millie Bobby Brown was open about using a ghostwriter. Which is a shame because it feels like she's taking unnecessary heat for being honest. Like I mentioned before, ghostwriters get paid pretty well, so if anything, this was a pretty positive experience for Kathleen McGirl. As for the people who seem really upset about this, they really shake into two different categories. On one hand, it seems like there are people who are just trying to gain clout and followers for talking about the topic and pretending like they're really mad about it. And on the other hand, there are the people who seem kind of jealous that a celebrity is able to use their name to sell books. And I get that, but getting mad at a celebrity for using their name and their money to promote a passion project, especially considering that this project is about Millie Bobby Brown's stories of her grandmother, it just doesn't seem like the best place to push your energy. Look, as an actress and a personality, she's definitely earned that fame, so if she wants to hire a ghostwriter to write a book for her, that's fine by me. Heck, if she ever needs a ghostwriter for a sci-fi book, she can hire me. But yeah, personally, I feel like there's nothing wrong with using ghostwriters. In fact, with the rise of people using AI to lazily complete every task, I'm actually pretty glad that she actually used a ghostwriter and didn't try to write this book herself using AI. That's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, good luck with your works in progress.